The Community Foundation of Western Nevada has granted over $100 million in the last 19 years. Hi, I'm Kylie Rowe, the Vice President of Relocation at Dickson Realty. Today I have here with you Chris Askin, the President and CEO of the Community Foundation of Western Nevada. Chris Askin, thank you for coming in.
My pleasure.
That's great. So this is the President and CEO of the Community Foundation of Western Nevada. So for people who are new to the area or maybe just don't know, what is the Community Foundation of Western Nevada?
The Community Foundation of Western Nevada is a foundation that belongs to all of us and that we can all use for our philanthropy and to get engaged in the community. Our mission is helping people who care with causes that matter. So if you're somebody who'd like to help, we're a great place to call.
That's wonderful. And Chris, we were talking about how this whole thing got started, I think 19 years ago, you said, right?
Yes.
And it's a really cool story about how Nancy Fennell is one of the founding board members that hired you to get the whole thing going.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah.
Quite an endeavor. So 19 years ago, they formed the foundation. I was hired about 17 years ago. And ever since then, we've been essentially growing and starting this foundation. The amazing part is that in our history now, just 19 years later, we've actually received charitable gifts from this community of $160 million and distributed almost $100 million in charitable grants.
That's amazing. And, it's just a reflection of how philanthropic the community here in Reno really is and in Western Nevada. So, what can you say to people that are new and wanting to get involved? And what can you say about how charitable and philanthropic we really are here?
Well, Reno is an incredibly generous community. And it's also a community that wants to help now, but also wants to help through their estate plans. We have about $130 million in estate gifts that we are going to steward in the future that we know of. Very generous community. Now, through the Community Foundation, you can take whatever your passion is, whatever you'd like to see changed or improved in our community, and translate that into action. That action being through direct engagement with organizations that can employ their skills and connections to make that happen, and through financial resources as well.
That's wonderful. There's many different ways to get involved. And so for people who are looking maybe to sit on a board, get involved with a nonprofit, or even give, what is the best way for them to get in touch with you?
Well, everybody has their own story. Everybody has their own thing that tugs on their heartstrings that they care about. So the best thing is just to call us and sit down and talk about it, or talk about it over the phone and figure out how to get started.
That's great. And so for people looking for the phone number, they can call you at
333-5499.
That's great. So get a hold of Chris Askin at the phone number, or check them out online. I know that there's a lot of information at your website. It's nevadafund.org. Chris, thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Kylie.